If you are new to the channel, thanks for clicking the link. I'm Ian, and this is my 73 AMC Hornet. We call it the dump truck Hornet because it got hit by a dump truck on Hot Rod PowerTour in 2022. If you've been following the channel for a little while, you know that on our way down to PowerTour, the gas tank started to leak. It had a crack in it already that I fixed with like something, and then it basically the heat from driving it down melted the JB weld. So I have a new gas tank sitting right there, but it is from a 77 and newer Hornet. This car's a 73. So I'm gonna see real quick how this plate or how that tank fits. I did talk to somebody who said that they put this tank in a 73 without issue, so that's pretty cool. Also, I think this is like a 20-gallon tank, and the car before had like a 15-gallon, so it'll be sweet if I can get the bigger capacity in there. Oh, this tank fits perfectly. Nice. So the tank is obviously significantly larger than the one that was in it, but it fits pretty darn well. It definitely hangs. I gotta say, I don't know if I'm gonna leave it silver like that because it does look massive. Yeah, so back here, it obviously fits up a little bit tighter. I just have it kind of balancing on the jack. Back here, this is what it looks like. See, it fits up there perfectly. I mean, really the exhaust is fine. The straps, and probably paint it black because it sticks out like a sore thumb. I don't really think there's a whole lot that I've got to do to make it work. So this is the first step of getting the Holley Sniper EFI installed. I got to put the EFI obviously into the tank on the top side, then cut a hole in the floor, like because the pump will stick up a little bit higher, but overall, this is way better fit than I was expecting it to be. What I have to figure out now is where I want the fuel pump to be, like in relation to the trunk floor, and make like an access panel or something. Even if I don't have to do that, I kind of want to. If anything happens to the fuel pump, I can just open it up, replace the fuel pump without having to drop the tank, which is a huge benefit. And I think it's gonna be right there. I'm gonna drop the tank and look what's on the other side of this real quick. All right, so I think I have a plan, and I'm pretty sure my dad's gonna like it. Get rid of the tailpipes back here and just do exhaust turn downs right before the axle. If I do that, I don't have to worry about fuel lines going close to the exhaust or anything. I mean, I guess I could still keep it, but I have to have the exhaust redone anyway if I want the car to sit as low as I want it because it's kind of in my way. Thinking about schedule and that kind of stuff, it'd be so much easier to just lob those off and turn them down. Plus, my dad was like, I'd really like it if the car was a little bit louder. So that will solve that problem. So my plan here, I think, is that I'm gonna run the fuel lines out this side of the tank, have a channel put in the tank and run the fuel lines out, then run them along this frame rail, forward all the way, up into the engine compartment, basically just follow the factory path. The lines are humongous. It's like 5/8 on the outside, the feed and the return line. So I think that that's gonna work perfectly. There's plenty of room, like past the exhaust and everything up there. So nothing really to worry about with that. Right, so this is what I've got. This is the size of the hole that I need to cut for the fuel pump to sit in. This is just a rough idea of how I want it to look. So I think what I'm gonna do is cut the hole for the fuel pump module first so that I know it fits, put it in there, then mark how big I need it around. Have a channel put into the tank here. As long as it comes out the side about like that, then I'm golden. I don't know how to weld. I will take this to the welding shop on Monday after I cut the holes. That's probably what I'll do is cut this, you know, angle grind, cut it out so that all they have to do is put in the pieces around and call it good. Really pumped about this fuel tank. That's gonna make this thing so much more fun to drive without having to stop every 147 miles. It will also be cool to have a brand new tank that doesn't leak. Yeah, there's the factory fuel line, just runs up along the frame rail. I was thinking I might make that hole a little bit bigger and run it through the frame rail over the axle. That's probably what I'll end up doing. I guess, I don't know. We'll see when I get there how ambitious I am. In my garage at home, got this thing kicking. I realize that's a massive hole, but now I can clean it up a little bit in there too. Clean up these sides, make the template to recess the fuel pump into the tank. I just said to Laura, I feel bad for like the people at these shops that I take my stuff to. So I made a template out of cardboard that is what I want them to make out of metal. So I'm just gonna take this tomorrow, be like, can you guys make this out of metal and weld it? Then all I have to do is drill the fuel pump hole in the middle, right there. Fuel lines could come out the side, have plenty of room and won't get chafed or anything like that. It's Tuesday, one day later, and it's already done. So I'm going to pick the fuel tank up. I'm not ready to put it in the car yet because I got to obviously paint the bottom of it and all that kind of stuff. But it's super nice to have this stuff like that I know I'm going to need checked off the list. So I can't wait to get this. I'll show it to you here in a minute. We got like a foot of snow, not a foot, probably like 6 or 8 inches of snow yesterday, and now it's 40 degrees outside. So weird weather-wise. These guys rule, though. All right, so here it is. Welded in, ready. Now my hand's dirty. So again, what I'm gonna do is cut the hole for the fuel pump, like right here, then cut a hole in the trunk with a hatch door so that I can access the fuel pump if I ever need to. Back home in my filthy garage, and I'm gonna drill the hole in here for the fuel pump. So I kind of roughly marked it just so I can see where I want it to be. My hole saw is super dull, so it's probably gonna take forever, but. Hey-o. Drill is smoking. All right, that wasn't so bad. So I gotta fish the other piece out of there, and I'm gonna file this so it's not sharp and nasty, but overall, that's pretty sweet. All right, I think that's it. Ready to test fit the pump. Here we go, moment of truth. Oh yeah, so this is gonna, I haven't tightened it down yet, but this is how it's gonna look. There's that thing.
Quickest fuel they coming around. Day once a day, going high. We've been living here.
Tank, top part is painted. Once this is dry, I'll do the bottom. Really, this is the only part I care about because there's gonna be a hatch over this that I can access the fuel pump in. This is good enough for who it's for. That's pretty easy. Beautiful. Now all I gotta do is loosen these bolts and get the fingers around, tighten them up to suck that down. Then install that thing. I've got a new gasket for this downstairs, and then this is ready to go into the car. Gonna do something here that future me is gonna thank me for. To get this fuel pump module out, you need a 5/64 Allen wrench. So, got my 5/64 Allen wrench, and I'm just gonna tape it to the tank so that when I inevitably need to replace the fuel pump on the side of the road, I don't have to search everywhere to find an Allen wrench. So this thing is installed nice and good. I just have to put in the float thing and then we're ready to rock.